Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, how are you? I'm your host, BKP, and I'm coming from you to you, Studio C. Studio C. All right, this is a little dark. I get it. I get it. It's a little dark. Fix my lapel pin. Diane, if you'll text me, I had a meeting last night to check my audio, and it seemed like it was okay. So if you'll just let me know if audio is okay. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. It'll take me just a minute to get acclimated because audio is good. Thank you, Diane. Hi, how are you? I'm used to looking at the camera and seeing my grandchildren right there, and picture of Thurman Munson from the Yankees right there. But it's like you get used to I'm talking to you. But then again, so Trump is in Israel speaking to the how's it pronounced? The Knesset, a form of their Israeli parliament, and peace. They're discussing peace. I will tell you where I'm at momentarily. Let's go through here, Diane. Give me number 69. So I just finished. Trump is wrapping up now in Israel. I started watching at 4 a.m. as they were reporting the hostages being released this morning in Israel. I think is it hundreds of hostages that are being released, or prisoners, Palestinian prisoners, in this trade, in the deal. But again, I was watching at 4 a.m. as they released those hostages. It's about 11 o'clock in the daytime over there when they started. Crowds, I mean, absolutely crowds of people in the streets. Jubilation, we'll say that, jubilation in the streets. So it's an exciting day. I want to talk about the realities of some of today's events in Israel. I'm for sure biblical scholars are researching through the Bible right now. I'm for sure the social media feed will be full of predictions, biblical predictions, prophecy. One thing, I'm serious. This is a very big day in Israel. It really is. But I'm going to say this: it's not this 2-hour show. This is maybe, I'm just saying this off the cuff, this may be the largest biblical day of meaning in my lifetime, not talking about the birth of Christ, the crucifixion, the resurrection, the parting of the Red Sea, whatever. This may be, in my lifetime, this might be the most biblical day that at this point. It's enormous. So we're not going to spend the next 2 hours doing that. But President Trump, Israeli parliament, after hostage were free. I watched every bit of it this morning. Now, number 70, I have a feeling this is Bibi's get out of jail card. Netanyahu, thank you, President Trump. So as soon as what they consider the war is complete, there's different phases of this deal. There's 2 or 3 different phases. And as soon as they feel this is complete, how is it pronounced? Knesset, that is the parliament there, I think very soon the trial starts. The trial is going to start to put Bibi in prison. I think that happens very soon. And there's a lot of talk, if you read several publications around the world, there's a lot of talk that the only thing that's kept Bibi out of prison at this time is the 2-year war. All right. You can read, I don't want to call it conspiracy theory. You can read a lot of different directions on this war from October 7th, 2 years ago, when they flew in on, yes, bicycles, whatever, and sneak attack on winged bicycles, whatever. So on that day, but there's a lot of talk, it's this 2 years, this is exactly what has kept Bibi out of war. I mean, out of jail is this war. And Biden could not secure this. And I'll tell you why. Anthony Blinken and Jake Sullivan, first of all, they were bumbling idiots. Bottom line, they were bumbling idiots. But I don't think Biden ever had the juice. And he never had Steve Witkoff. He never had the juice to get things to a point that he could promise Bibi he won't go to jail. Now, I'm not saying there was a promise made, but I actually think the guy in the red tie, the guy sitting behind the teleprompter shield there, Donald J. Trump, is Bibi's get out of jail card. That's what I think. So that being said, give me number 71. Here's thank you, President Trump. And here is Witkoff, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, all right, and Dan Scavino. Now, Diane, I sent you a video very late, video 9. So Trump, I want you to watch this for a reason. I watched the entire speech. It came on at 6 a.m. Benjamin Netanyahu gave a speech. I listened to that. Watched at 4 a.m. the prisoners swap. They were releasing them on buses as the hostages were being released. So Trump is giving this speech, and there's a protester. Listen to video 9. I want you to listen to, there's so many great things in the speech, but I want you to listen to this for a reason. give me video 9.
חבר הכנסת עודה, להוציא את חבר הכנסת עודה, להוציא אותו מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד, החוצה, להוציא גם את חבר הכנסת כסיף, להוציא את חבר הכנסת כסיף מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד.
Huge disturbance in the Knesset right now. Breaking news as it looks like a protester charged towards the US president. That protester has been bundled out of the Knesset as we speak. Donald Trump standing firm, staying at the podium. Let's listen in.
That was very efficient.
I had to tell you, I'm watching this. He didn't even flinch. It's almost like somebody shot him in the ear and he got up and said, fight, fight, fight. It's almost reminiscent of, well, not Florida. That guy never got through the hedges. Trump never flinched. I have to tell you, after he was praising Steve Witkoff, what an amazing man. And this protester broke in, and I'm watching it live. Trump never flinches. He never flinched. He got done. He's like, okay, well, that was efficient. You guys, great job. Let's get back to Steve. I'm just amazed. The solid steel spine the guy has. He does for all of his flaws. He's human, folks. For all of his flaws that he does have, his spine is not one of them. Now let me show you this, because I want to separate some things today. We got a lot to talk about in Georgia. You know, we have the Georgia Republican Communist Party. It's serious, folks. You got to stay tuned. Yes, stay tuned. Okay. The Georgia Republican Communist Party. The communist, they're not the Chi-Coms. Remember, Russia had the Chi-Coms? What can we name them? Somebody send me a name. Start sending me names. You'll understand. But we have the Georgia Hour coming up at 10 o'clock. Although, guess where I'm at? Now, for the viewers, I'm in Studio C. Now, I've never broadcast here. Yes, I have. It was a long time ago. But, if I'm in Studio A, that I'm in Georgia, North Georgia. If I'm in Studio B, I'm in South Florida. So if I'm coming to you from Studio C, where am I at? I don't know. I don't even know myself. Guess, let me know. But anyhow, we've got a lot to go over. Although I'm in Studio C, and that is that's not North Georgia. We do have the Georgia Hour coming up. I have one here, Diane. I cropped it out this morning. I know I did. Give me number 36. Now, I'm going to put this up now because most of you around the United States, you recognize the name. You recognize Vernon Jones, right? Well, Vernon Jones is running for Secretary of State of Georgia. Yes. So let me see what time. I'm sitting here. I would say the Resolute desk, but not until you guess where I'm at. I know that. Winner, chicken dinner. PA. Yes, I'm in Pennsylvania. In fact, winner, chicken dinner. In fact, this is still in a bag. I'm not going to take it out. My mom would get so upset. But this says USA. It's a 45, and it says Pennsylvania for Trump. Pennsylvania for Trump. And it's over here on what my mother calls the Trump table. I'll show you some things throughout the week, but this hat, Pennsylvania for Trump 45, is still in the bag over here on the Trump table. Anyhow, boom. So what else do I have? So I get a text message out there. Let's see, who knows? It's 5:25 in the morning. So Mr. Vernon Jones texted me at 5:25 a.m. I'm running for Georgia Secretary of State. He will be a guest at 10:30. That's the reason I wanted to bring that up. At 10:30 this morning, the Georgia Hour, Mr. Jones will be with us, and we'll find out, why he decided to jump in the Secretary of State's race. So he'll be here at 10:30. And I wanted to put that up now because of the simple reason. Many of you know Vernon Jones. Many of you know nationally how he campaigned for Trump. And he actually started campaigning for Trump as a Democrat before he became a Republican. Speaking of becoming a Republican, Did you know that the Georgia Republican Communist Party, they want to kick me out for the second time? I mean, they want to kick me out for good. They want to banish me. I'm on the banished list. Anyhow, so take that down. We'll talk about that later. Now, as we're going through here, I got to show you some of the graphics momentarily that everybody put up. Here is Trump arriving, number 4. Yes. As daylight comes through these big windows, it's a little overcast today. I think it's light. It's becoming lighter in here. Tell me what you think of the picture. Do I need more light? So here is Trump arriving. Israel Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu meets him at the airport. I want to be positive today about this. There's never a day when hostages get released that we're going to be negative, but we're going to be truthful too. And I mean, when I say we're going to be truthful, I'm going to show you some stuff here. Number 5, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Now, and Ivanka are over there. I got to save it. I'm trying to make sure. Here you go. Number 6, there's Bibi and Trump. Trump saying, hey, look, Bibi, let's get this over with. See what I can't do to get you out of jail. I want this one right here. Give me this one. Here's the New York Times this morning, number 14. Israel says first hostages have been released. That was at 4:30 this morning, as you can see. Here you go, number 15. Now, I have a picture of all of them that has been released. This is the New York Post. Here's the number 16. Here is the front cover of the Post. Freedom nightmare ends as Hamas frees living Israeli hostages. Now, I don't want that one right now. I can't mix that one in yet. I got to hold on. Jerusalem Post, number 18. Hostages reunite with families. Now, I'm going to tell you something. They love Trump over there. That the Jewish people love Trump. I mean, Trump has an opportunity, and before I hear the yelling from this side and the yelling from this side and the yelling from right down the middle, the Jewish vote in America has predominantly always been in high majority Democrat vote. I think after this week, Donald Trump has an opportunity to, when I say totally, I mean make a major shift in this country in the Jewish vote. I'm serious. The Jewish vote will come into play. Now, it has grown with Donald Trump. The Jewish vote, I'm not looking at the exact details, but the Jewish vote in America has not grown. It did not grow with George W. Bush, right? Just didn't do it. This is probably the strongest growth in the Jewish vote. Trump could come away this week with probably maybe switching the Jewish vote to Republican vote just like that. and very serious. So give me number 28. Here is Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. This is at a rally in Steve Witkoff. God willing, we've accomplished the first phase. Jared Kushner. Now, at this rally, thousands, was it Friday or Saturday night? I don't think it was Saturday night. That might have been, was it last night? Anyhow, at this rally, whenever it took place, okay? Whenever this rally took place, enormous applause went up for Jared, Ivanka, and Steve Witkoff in the crowd. Boos, still yet boos the people. Now, the Knesset this morning, they cheered Bibi Netanyahu out of, just, they were polite. They cheered him. Just, it was the right thing to do. The world's watching. It's not the time to settle the score, all the above. But the people of Israel, when Benjamin Netanyahu's name came up the other night, they booed him. I mean, they really booed this guy. And, but they cheered the name Donald Trump and Jared. Now, I just want to say this, all right? I just want to say this. I'm so happy that the hostages are freed. I'm not going to change that today. I mean, in any way whatsoever. I'm not going to. I want to be in jubilation that hostages are free. But as you can see, I've got this Trump book I'm going to show you in a minute. I got my Trump hat. My mom has a whole table over here dedicated to Donald J. Trump. So trust me, my support for President Donald J. Trump from North Georgia to Pennsylvania did not change. But I don't trust Jared Kushner. I just don't. I mean, I just don't. Let me move on from that, right? Now they're going to Egypt. They're headed over to Egypt for a summit. I'm going to show you that momentarily. I thought I had this. Here's the Jerusalem Post, number 38. When you visit the Knesset, there is a visitor book. This is 33. I don't know what I asked you to do there, Diane. When you visit, right, here is the book. Donald Trump wrote a message. The war is over. Trump declared. He put it in the visitor book. And try and stay on the positive side. So we have a lot to go over. We have a lot to go over today. I keep saying that because what I don't want to do is I do not want to mix one single negative. But this is for the young and old. I always have to power through because I there's times I do get emotional, so I have to power through. Give me I had it here a minute ago. 34. I absolutely wish President Trump well. I really do. And I hope this is going to bring an end to this. I really do. I hope this is bringing an end to war. I hope we have peace. But 1981, Iran releases American hostages as Reagan takes office. All right. And as January 20th, 1981, 52 American hostages were released. There's something about today and reliving and continuing through my life. I don't know about yours, of the world and hostage crisis and people taking hostages and war. You know, I think I'm going to discuss this on the other side. 62, and it's already 8:26. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I know what you're saying. Marjorie Taylor Greene, make America green again. Now, I'm going to show you something as we get into the Georgia Hour. I'm going to show you something. Number 37. I watched this happen. I was there the day it started. Yes. I was with this individual, Patricia Murphy from the AJC. I was with her on the day she started the transition. She was assigned to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I was with her on that day 2 years ago, I think it was, where they started the transition to normalize. Marjorie will attack me here, but to mainstream Marjorie Taylor Greene, get her to a point she's acceptable, can be accepted by large groups, left, right, down the middle. See, I was wrong about Marjorie Taylor Greene by Patricia Murphy of the AJC. I will go into that in depth this morning. We're talking about the governor's race in in Virginia, the governor's race in New Jersey. Now, in New Jersey, because if I look over that hill, I could probably see the Delaware River. But in New Jersey, in this market here, I'm getting to see some of the commercials. So we're gonna look at that for a minute. Number 9. How many times have you watched The Godfather? How many times? Right? Diane Keaton in The Godfather. Kay, right? Was it Kay? Just rest in peace. Okay. Don't ask me about my business, Don't ever ask me about my business again. What a movie. Rest in peace, Diane Keaton, The Godfather. Never forget. Now, Friday, I'm going to show you some graphics. Friday, I got a little upset on the Georgia Hour, and I got to get out. But I got a little upset on the Georgia Hour. I really did, okay? Because this guy in Georgia, if you're out there nationally, we got this guy in Georgia, Dennis Futch. And he is, so this is the graphic these are 3 graphics I received. I want to show you really quickly. 3 I received from you, the viewers. I love it because you guys watch the show and then you whoop up a graphic. And so here's when I got upset. Number 2, this is a graphic I received from one of the viewers out there. Saturday. just saying. Okay. Thank you very much. I received that Saturday. I guess I better put the glasses on for the full effect, right? But so I love that. Thank you. I appreciate it. See the BKP there? All right. Then here is one that I received this weekend. Number 3. This This is the commie futch. This is the guy that thinks he runs, and I'm serious. He thinks he runs, and everybody bows down to him. And he is Defutch. I don't know. First Amendment, commie futch. That's Dennis Futch. Dennis Futch banned me on his Facebook page. I'm going to get my feelings hurt. So, and then here's the one that I really love that came through. Number one. Give me number one. That's Boss Hogg, Dennis Futch, chairman of the Georgia's Rhino Task Force. You guys are amazing. Keep them coming. Keep thinking. Keep them coming. I love it. Those are 3 graphics from our research department out there. Take that down. Now, I think that's the last one I want before we go to break. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. No, we'll take that. And we'll be back right after these messages, these brief messages from Studio C. I'm starting to get acclimated. By Friday, I'll be here all folks. I'll be playing here all week. I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
How are you? I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable here in Studio C. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. I'm at Studio C. All of you have guessed it. I'm in Pennsylvania. If I look over the hill, I might see the Delaware River just several miles, a little over that way. And then I would be in Jersey. Yes. You know what? Did I tell you I'm your host? I have ordered. So my brother-in-law was here yesterday. Love the guy. He's a good guy. My sister, she's okay. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Oh my God, am I going to be in trouble? But my brother-in-law was here yesterday. He's a great guy. And he works in Jersey. So I put in I think I got 3 Jersey sandwiches ordered. Yes, sandwiches for Jersey. I got a good chicken cutlet coming. Yes, just saying. But anyhow, all right. So I'm in PA. I'm going to show you a couple things. This is Make America Great Again. This is Donald Trump, 45th of the United States. This is the collector's vault. Okay, all this is my mom's, okay? And I happen to be broadcasting from my dad's office. We called it it's the library, the front office here. And so this has got all these pictures. You should see the stuff in here. Like the President of the United States. I mean, this is quite the picture in here, the pictures. It's amazing what's in this book. But anyhow, so I'll show you a couple different things throughout the week. Now, something interesting, and I have to get moving here, but something interesting. When my dad was alive, there was a lot of pictures on the wall. And if you guys know, in Studio A, when I'm back in Georgia, the picture over my left shoulder with the Reagan, my Reagan picture, the one I absolutely love, it's over my left shoulder. It come off the wall here in this room. And there was several pictures, and between myself and my sisters and a couple of the family members that my mom wanted to have some of the memories. Everything in this room where I'm at today, everything was A, Republican, B, presidential, C, I guess it's all combined political, this entire room. But what is funny here is there's no more pictures on the wall. And that's not the funny part. There's no more pictures on the wall. And everybody that comes to visit throughout the years, cousins, whoever it may be, they would come in here and they would pick something out on the wall, and my mom would give it to them because they wanted it. It was Uncle Gerald's. So anyhow, but so there's a lot of stuff that's gone, but there's 2 pictures still on the wall. There's 2 pictures over. Let's see, where's it at? Over here to my left, there's one right there. There's a picture right there over there to my left, and there's one in the corner, and you can't see it. I'll bring it back in the corner. There's one right here in the corner. And you see up in that far corner, Diane, where I'm pointing? You can't see the picture, but the one in the far corner, there's one there, and there's one over here. They're George W. Bush, and my mom can't give them away. She can't give them away. I'm serious. The only George W. Bush and George W. Bush. And the only reason they're in the library, period, is George W. Bush. Their hand signatures is the signature, not auto pen. There's no auto pen, but he has signed, George W. has signed both of these pictures in this office. But my mom can't give them away. Anyone that comes through here, they won't take them. So that being said, okay, so moving right along. Now, at 10:30, Vernon Jones will be here with us on the Georgia Hour. That's 10:30 this morning. He's announced he's running for Secretary of State of Georgia. If you're out there nationally from sea to shining sea, and you are, election integrity, and you watch everything that's happening from Dominion selling out a Republican out of Missouri, if I'm off the top of my head. So many things happening and moving. The indictment of Letitia James, the indictment of James Comey, soon to be maybe this week, the indictment of the mustache. What's his name? What was his name? What's the mustache's name? Anyhow, whatever his name is, I forget. I try to forget those kind of names. If you send it to me, I'll put it up. But then you have Brennan, that should be. Now, there's an article that says that Fonnie Willis may be on that list somewhere. So I don't know, but there's going to be more indictments this week, we understand. That being said, Vernon Jones, a Democrat in Georgia, campaigned as a Democrat. I don't want to say it because a black Democrat switched to Republican. Bottom line, I don't. To me, it's just a Democrat to switch to Republican. But anyhow, so he is running. He ran for the 10th Congressional District a couple years ago. He is now running for Secretary of State of Georgia. So he's going to be with us at 10:30 during the Georgia Hour. I'm very serious. The Republican Party, we'll talk about this. The Republican Party has made a decision. They want to throw, when I say the party, their top donor. It's like, give me number 59. This is David Cross, okay? David Cross ran for GOP chair in Georgia, and he challenged the convention. Bottom line, folks, bottom line, he challenged the convention. The Georgia Republicans today will consider a permanent banning activist David Cross and several of his allies from the party. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. In fact, I'm mad that David got, he got top billing in this. I want in this. Yeah, they want to throw David out and several others. Oh, by the way, that would be the party of unifying. of unicorns and leprechauns and unifying and whatever. Oh my God, take that down. So at 10 o'clock, we'll talk about that. Now, I don't want to do this next segment in a way that super editorial. I don't want to do that. So number 16, hostages are freed, right? But how can you say hostages are free and not say at what cost? And not say, is this another point of history and time where evil men come together to divide up the world as they want it and to benefit them, regardless of the life lost? Is this the time, another time in history, that evil men are going to come together, divide up the world in a region where evil men will benefit regardless of life lost? And the one thing that's upset me really during this entire thing is the lane that everybody had to pick to get in. You either support the Jewish people or you don't support the Jewish people. You either support the Palestinians or you don't support the Palestinians. You either support the nation of Israel or you don't. Everybody got in a lane. This is all, but there was never really the discussion of loss of life, right? 326 people have been murdered in the city of Chicago. 200 and some murdered in New York, right? Now, let me go through this. And I don't want to get this wrong, but what was it? 1,400 killed on the attack, the day of the attack. So give me number 74. Here is the Israeli hostages released. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18. There's 20. So 20 lives have been spared after 2 years. Now, there's other hostages that were released during the 2 years. But today we have 20 released. Okay. All right. And we could not be happier for those 20 hostages. Now, number 80. Here, history in the Middle East as hostages. Here are 2 deceased U.S. hostages. Now, I'm not for sure. I didn't do the research. I don't know if they have dual citizenship, but these are deceased. Now, here is 81. Here are the bodies that will be released, the remains of these dead hostages. These are the ones that are dead. Bodies will be returned. Now, that being said, quite a jubilant day for the family, and I know for the family of the hostages released. President of the United States, fanfare, major speech, hero status. But I said earlier, I'm not a real big Jared Kushner fan. All right, I'm not, and I just tell you, he has so many deals throughout the Middle East in the billions of dollars that I had a picture that I wanted to share. Let me see, where's it at? Number 71. So Jared and Ivanka, young man, very young man, okay? Very quiet. You don't know a lot about him. You don't hear. He's not like his father-in-law. He's not loud. He doesn't put himself out front very often. Quiet kind of guy, but in the works of billions of dollars worth of deals all through the Middle East, right? A Jewish young man there. I have to tell you, I just don't want to see. This is 77. These people are returning to this. It doesn't matter, folks. It doesn't matter, okay? This is how I feel. And I'm not telling you, you feel, however you feel this morning is up to you, okay? This is how I feel. This is what they're returning to. This is what these people are returning to. While and I understand Hamas. I'm not making anything, I'm not glorifying Hamas. These are evil people, all right? These are evil people that built a tunnel system. They hide in hospitals, so you'll bomb out a hospital, kill innocent patients, schools, whatever. I get all of that. But not even 90 miles from this, there's enormous jubilation today for good reason. These people have been released. This is what they're going home to. Now, this is where these are facts. Give me number 78, right? No matter how now, I don't know if it's correct, but I heard a report this morning that 92% of Gaza is damaged. 92% is damaged. This is what they're going home to. And, I just don't want to see Jared Kushner 6 months from now over there at a groundbreaking ceremony for some fancy hotel on the Gaza, on the Mediterranean. I just don't. I mean, it's the way I feel. Because I'm old enough to make my own decisions. And this doesn't change the promise God made Abraham. It doesn't change that. It doesn't change how I feel. It doesn't change how I look at anything. It's just if you have, 78 there. Now, I just want to show you two more things. And the people that want me to feel good, and I do support my president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, the people that want me to feel good about this are surrounded by so much evil in the world, I can't feel good that they'll do the right thing now. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So give me right here. Give me 24. Now, this morning, sitting here. The UN estimates 17,000 Gazan children are left unaccompanied. Their parents are dead. 17,000, right? Now, these kids here, they don't know. The little kid over here with no shoes on, he don't know the promise of Abraham. He don't know if he's in the right country. He don't know if he's on the right piece of property in the world. He doesn't know if he's on holy land or not holy land. He doesn't know if Hamas is evil. He doesn't know. Kid's got no idea. Just came into this world, one of God's children, a creation. Boom. That kid's got no idea. But while that kid's sitting there, 90 miles away is jubilation. Okay, that's great. But for that kid sitting there this morning, there's all these kids that their brothers or their sisters or their moms, they watch them under the rubble. They go and look, and a little 4-year-old kid sees his mom under the rubble. And the 4-year-old kid doesn't say, but mom, you're a casualty of what Hamas has done to us here in Gaza. Kid doesn't know that. All he knows is his mom's underneath those rocks, and his dad's underneath those rocks, and his little brother's underneath those rocks. He doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know, where do I go? I mean, you got to tell the truth. I get so irritated when we just don't tell the truth. Was this necessary to eradicate Hamas? Was it? Is this necessary for the future of peace for this region? And it may end up in the future saving enormous amounts of life? One would only know. But how can you feel that this is on the upside when I'm about to show you people like Tony Blair? Yes. Going into a meeting to manage Gaza. I mean, look, I will probably not live to see it, but if you out there live to see this region living in perfect harmony, and you could say on this day, this has actually saved thousands, okay, let the history books record it. But, you know, we go through the world, you have political parties, you have evil money in the trillions of dollars, do campaigns, manipulate, and lead you to believe that there's all these villains in the world. I mean, I swear to God, I mean, it's like you didn't grow up in the late 60s and 70s and watch Hollywood put all the villains. I mean, Batman had all those villains, right? Superman always had to save somebody from the villains. That might sound silly to you. But we created all these villains. The CIA has gone all through the world and created all these villains. On one day, the guy in Syria is Al-Qaeda. The next day, he's president of Syria is shaking hands of our president. Well, hell, that was a pretty good move. One day, bin Laden and his family, they're helping us. The next day, the list goes on. You can't bury your head in the sand. We've created evil villains all around the world. Okay, we've disrupted the whole entire world. We have, whether you want to admit it or not. We've allowed our local cities, our small cities. Quit thinking about Philadelphia, New York City, Chicago. We got little cities that's got 18,000, 22,000. Drugs have tore these little cities apart. Poverty all over our country. Exactly. All over. But we've been out all over the world, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, trying to create this perfect peace all over the world. And here we are at home, in total disarray, and our world's upside down, whether you want to know it or not. If you're doing great, that's great. I'm happy for you. I really am. But you're not driving through certain towns, and you're not talking to certain people, because it's not that great out there for everyone. And I love America. It's the greatest country in the world. But we have our sights set. So you got these kids here. And then you wonder, I don't know how old this kid is, 4 years old. You got a 4-year-old grandchild, right? I do. You got a 4-year-old grandchild, you go watch them play, right? And you think to yourself, when you watch your 4-year-old grandchild play, you think to yourself, you know what? How in the world can anybody hate this beautiful child? I do. I go watch my grandchildren play softball, dance, whatever they do. And I think, how can anyone hate this beautiful child? But then these people right here, all the way around the world, they grow up, these kids, hating our kids. My grandchildren today, unbeknownst to them, have people around the world that hate them. That's right. They grow up and be the next terrorist or the next people that's going to take the evil Satan down. Because the last thing they remember is seeing their little brother or sister under rubble. Quit trying to convince me that some of these things that we've done around the world are for the best in the world. Now, right here, let me give you this right here. If you don't know me by now, I never intend to go in these directions. They just happen, okay? Now, look at number 31. UN report real progress on aid delivery in Gaza amid ceasefire. Now, this is not an American, this is not a picture from CNN. This is, I forget the news organization in Istanbul, Turkey, right? I go all over. I go to Istanbul. I go to all over and get my news. So this is not a picture of these trucks coming in. This is not a CNN Photoshop. This is not an MSNBC. This is not ABC. This is real. People, why are we living in a world where people have to climb over trucks to try to get food off the back of trucks that are going into a war-torn, this right here? Someone will try to convince me before the day is out that this was necessary so that a peace agreement could be made, could be true, and 20 people were released. Now, I'm going to move on, but I want to show you one more thing, because I figure I may have gained a handful of viewers, and I'm pretty sure I probably lost a bunch of them. But if I did, so be it. Now, give me number 17. This is what's reported. I can't validate this. As of the mid-October 2025, over 67,000 Palestinians in Gaza have been killed, while approximately 1,200 Israelis were killed in the initial Hamas-led attack. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza reports that more than 67,000 Palestinians. Now, in no way whatsoever, anything I'm saying this morning is to vindicate, highlight, or find a positive side of Hamas. It's not going to happen, okay? It's absolutely not going to happen. And I get it. And if you take that from what I say, it's totally incorrect. It's not happening. But what I am going to tell you, if you pay attention and your head's not buried in the sand, the next generation of children, you do realize what happened here, right? I mean, at my age, I've watched hostages get released. Remember? For some of you my age, a little older, a little younger, right? You remember the day the hostages came home from Iran. You remember watching every night on the news. Today, day 325 in the Iranian hostage crisis. You remember that. This is what we've lived through. But I'm going to tell you, we'll take 20 years old to 35. They're seeing it a different way. You understand? They are seeing it a different way. And if you don't believe that, you're totally wrong. You're not paying attention. Those kids are seeing it a whole different way. And they got a lot of different influencers out there. And they have the internet. You and I didn't have the internet. They have the internet. And they see the pictures. And they see what's happening. And they're just not on board with it. I'm going to tell you this. I'm happy President Trump is over there. I'm happy they're doing an agreement for peace. I'm happy the hostages are home. I'm hopeful that this is over. But if you think that plays well out in Topeka, Kansas, or that's playing well out in the Midwest in Missouri somewhere, or playing well out in Iowa, or anywhere in this country right now. Years ago, when we didn't have the internet, you would have something like this happen. You would have no choice but just to accept it as the greatest thing that ever happened in American history. But now, this generation, 20 to 35, they have the yeah, but. They could say yeah, but to everything. And they see this different. So 1,200 Israelis should have never died. They should have never died. But 67 and plus the hostages. But 67,000 people. Quit just saying Palestinians. I mean, it's like if we say Palestinians, why, they are the dirt anyway. Why, they just need killed their Palestinians. Quit saying Palestinians. And start saying 67,000 people, according to this, women and children are dead. And a full generation of kids, 4 and 5 years old, are left without parents. And now, let me just break something to you this morning. If you're not prepared, if you've got a beautiful 4-year-old granddaughter or grandson out there, there's some kid over there trying to find food in a little pan and mix water in it to get some mush that will grow up to hate your grandchild for no reason whatsoever. And you know why? Because evil men create this in the world, and they leave this hate behind for our children to deal with. I don't know if I made any sense. I don't know. I mean, I just say things. Let me give you this because I see this. Give me 32. 32. Why is this guy, why do we need this guy over there, right? They're all going to Egypt before the day is out. UK Starmer arrives in Egypt to attend summit on Gaza ceasefire. Why? I mean, these people want to strike up World War III. They don't want peace. They don't want peace. And then you give me this one here. Diane, give me 88. I don't know if this is a complete list because I hear BB's going now, but give me 88. Egypt summit on Gaza among the world leaders attending. Trump, right? the Egyptian president, Stammer, UN General Secretary, Canadian Prime Minister, French President Macron, Turkish President, Italian, and German. And this really angered me. I think this is what really got me today is right here. Give me number 87. That's Tony Blair. That is Tony Blair. So I said my piece. God bless the families that your hostages have been released. Your loved ones are coming home. God bless you. God bless the families that have lost loved ones. Let me show you a couple people that were in attendance. 82. That's Raising Cain, as Trump calls him. The Joint Chief. There's Marco Rubio. There's Pete Hegseth. Here you go, 83. There's Stephen Miller with Ratcliffe, CIA. There's Ratcliffe, 84. Here's 85. This is Sheldon Adelson. Is that his name? His widow, Sheldon Adelson, one of Trump's largest donors, a Jewish lady over there. Here you go, number 86. I'm gonna just share something with you. I voted for Mike Huckabee. I did. I voted for Mike Huckabee. I did. I went to see Mike Huckabee when he was running for office. I always liked him, all right, but that's not an argumentative thing. I always liked him, but I'm just thinking, when he was governor of Arkansas, if he would have ever dreamed he would be over there in the middle of a peace agreement. There's Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio. Let's see if I have anyone else. I think that's it. So look, folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Here's the job I want. Now we'll talk about it. I don't want to mix this up. We'll talk about it when we return. Take a break.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Diane, how are you today? How is everybody from sea to shining sea? I'm really starting to settle in here. I really am. I'm at Studio C. I like Studio B. That's South Florida. I like that, but I just really like this. I'm starting to settle in, comfort, all the above. Now, I want to run through a couple things just briefly before we get to the Georgia hour at 10 o'clock. So I find it interesting. Now, I told you about this room. It used to be, there's a whole table over here dedicated to Donald Trump. This is my dad's desk back here. The walls used to have nothing but Republican. Maybe this is a sign. Like almost everything's gone off the walls. I just find it interesting where I'm sitting here, one of the most Republican rooms I've ever been in my life at one point. The Georgia Republican Communist Party wants to kick me out. Wow. Okay. So I've got to move this along. There is something I want to go over. Vernon Jones is going to be with us at 10:30 this morning. He's running for Secretary of State of Georgia. He is going to be with us at 10:30. The Georgia hour is at 10 o'clock. And be here or be square. Let's go through a couple of the election items. Just quickly keep this up. Give me number 32. Now, this is the state of New Jersey. We've got elections across the country, major elections that are taking place 2026. We're going to, like I said, I didn't know how much time we'd be putting into the peace agreement. This is the state of New Jersey. Now, some have this. This is the governor's race, and this is Mikey Sherrill and Jack Ciattarelli. New Jersey, Republican blue. My mom, who gets the New Jersey networks, and my mom doesn't think that Jack Ciattarelli will win. I'm just saying, I just had to bring her into this. She doesn't think. I was talking to her. She said, "No, I don't think he can win." Okay. Number 20. There's polling data all over. Now, we'll get to Virginia in a minute, but this poll here, Rasmussen, has Mikey Sherrill up 46-40. And then 21, if you just Google this, all right, New Jersey governor race tied, New Jersey governor race heats up. Democrats have spent record amount to win New Jersey governor's race. Instant reaction to the final heated New Jersey governor debate. Jack Ciattarelli's chances of winning New Jersey race in a new poll. Now, let me say this. Go back to 22. Record numbers. Now, I talk about this all the time. I talk about it, campaign finance. And it wasn't heated, but I get heated. I just do. I get heated. It's not against my friends. I get on the phone. If you know me out there, you could be the recipient of me being very forceful in some ways. And it's not, I don't treat people bad. That's not what it is. But I keep telling people, I keep getting these messages about grassroots candidates. And it's another thing they have manipulated to lead you to believe that grassroots candidates, that candidate from below and across town can come out and win an election. And they have it set up. They have it set up to where you cannot, unless this right here, Democrats. Do you realize what happens? Trump comes home and he now has, and I just feel it. The reason I say this, I feel it, okay? Because I think this show has viewers in every lane, as I call it. I mean, we got Democrats, independents, hard right, hard left, whatever you are. I really do. So I don't want yelled at. But Trump comes home. He's now put the Jewish vote. All right. Huh. Let's see. Hold on now. Wait a minute. So we're 3 weeks before an election in New Jersey. So wait. I might be on to something. So it is October 13th. So 3 weeks away. Are we 3 weeks away from an election? And could Trump... Diane, can you do me a favor? And don't yell at me. I didn't do anything. No, I'm joking. Can you look up Jewish voter? How many... the percentage of Jewish voters in New Jersey. Can you do that for me? You could text it to me. Can you do that? So, here's the deal. That's what Biden used to say. Here's the deal, man. They're doing everything they can, because if New Jersey goes to Jack Ciattarelli, maybe we are winning elections in Connecticut. You never know. Maybe we've been winning elections in California. Maybe we're really winning in New Hampshire. Right? As of late 2024, approximately 6% of New Jersey's population is Jewish, since voter surveys and election exit polls focused on voting patterns rather than total population. Okay. It's complex. All right, take that down. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. So maybe there's enough Jewish voters in New Jersey to pull Jack over, right? I don't know. It's just something I'm looking at. What's the possibility? So anyhow, they are spending enormous amounts of money to try to save New Jersey from going red. Now, it's enormous, the amount of money that Democrats are pouring everything they can into this. They can't have it. Now, he won the last debate. Now, number 23. This one here, this is another one, Virginia. Now, there's two major points here that we're looking at in this election. New Jersey being a Democrat state, as they call it. New Jersey being in the Northeast. New Jersey being blue. The last whale to win there with a Republican was Chris Christie. He was a whale of a dad. Did you understand that? Chris Christie was a whale of a dad. If you understood that, text me. So, anyhow, blue state, Republican. Now, Virginia, Barack Hussein Obama did everything to turn Virginia blue. Everything. And the amount of employees, the federal government's employees, if you get anywhere around Fairfax, all right, you go over here and you hit outside, you come out of Virginia, you come out of DC going towards Winchester, Virginia. You go south there towards Richmond, Virginia, right? You go in that circle there. That during Barack Hussein Obama's administration, in those 8 years, that was the largest, fastest growing area in the economy. That's what we have to move that back. We have to move it back. That was it. Fastest moving, fastest growing area in the United States. Government. You go out there and, you got signs, houses start at $500,000. And who do they work for in those subdivisions? work for the government, right? They work for the government. Now, that being said, Northern Virginia, now Glenn Youngkin made it over. Republicans are trying to hang on to it. This is a big one. Now, this Abigail Spanberger, she lost the last debate. Give me video 5 of her. I don't want to play the whole thing, but she can't answer a question. Video 5.
What do you make of Earl Sears' claim that you're fine with, quote, putting men in girls' locker rooms?
The reality is that the federal government has the ability to change the letter of the law, right? Through Congress, through the Senate, bills go to the president's desk. Right now, what we are seeing is there are differences between what is the law of the land under Title IX and what are executive orders put out by the White House. And in circumstances where there are conflicting evidence or conflicting interpretations, the reality is the federal government has to be clear in what is the real guidance available to our schools as it relates to use of locker rooms. The reality is that we have multiple jurisdictions who believe they are following the letter of the law and have their lawyers conveying why. And at the end of the day, we have a president of the United States who is taking away and threatening federal funding. What I think is so egregious is that this is a tool that unfortunately this president continues to use, of the threat of federal funding. Congress passed funding. It is not the president's ability. This is, basic Article 1. This is, if you believe in the Constitution, the president doesn't have the...
I don't know what she said. That you never know what she says. Now, I will tell you this one here. This is an interesting one. Go back to 20, and there are several polls out there. There's several polls out there. New Jersey governor, the Virginia governor race. This is the Trafalgar group. Spanberger 48, Sears 45. This is within the margin of error, and Winsome Sears won the last debate. Now, what does that mean? I'm not 100% sure. Now, we're going to go into the Georgia debate. We're going to go into the Georgia debate during the Georgia hour, okay? We have a lot to cover there. So let me get this one right here. Listen to how bad. I want to play these for a reason. Yesterday morning, I watched all the deep state. Give me video 6. Listen to how bad. This is the open of ABC with George Stephanopoulos. They absolutely hate you and I. They hate this president. Video 6.
Analysis from our Powerhouse Roundtable.
From ABC News, it's This Week. Here now, George Stephanopoulos.
Good morning and welcome to This Week, a week of stark contrasts. As the president pushed for peace between adversaries overseas, he pushed for prosecutions of political enemies here at home. As he ordered American troops to the Mideast as peacekeepers, deportation forces in the Midwest are being described by critics as stormtroopers. And as the president prepares to address Israel's parliament, our House of Representatives is not working with pay, while federal employees are working without pay. Thousands more have been fired by the White House. All as Trump's Treasury Secretary authorized a $20 billion bailout of Argentina that will also benefit his former business associates. A lot to cover this Sunday morning. We begin with Chief Foreign Correspondent.
They absolutely hate this country. We are not prosecuting political enemies. We're indicting criminals. Let's be clear. We are indicting criminals. Now, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. But give me number let's see. Wow, I don't believe I'm not getting to everything today. I had it here a minute ago, Diane. I want you to see something. There it is. Give me number 29. No, 30. Sorry, Diane, 30. 30. I hope I saved in time. 30. Trump demands investigation into Ukraine impeachment scam. All right. Folks, we have the dossier. Now, the criminals are enormous, but we have the circle, and a lot of them double, but we have the circle around the dossier and the Russia of Trump running for office. We have the circle of corruptions around the Ukraine first, the phone call, right? The phone call, the impeachment there. We have the circle of corruption around the Ukraine impeachment scam, all right? And then, where Adam Schiff, and then we have the circle around corruption in Georgia, the 11,780 or whatever. We've got a circle of corruption around that in Georgia. So I'm hoping that we get into all of them, but I want to be perfectly clear. Anytime you hear political enemies, no, that's not what it is. As they say, we're a nation of laws. As they say that the court is where we need to solve things, as they say all too often. We're prosecuting criminals. These are criminals. Treason against our country. These are absolute criminals. Biden continued to go after Trump the entire time. Merrick Garland went after Trump the entire time. Okay? They need to subpoena Merrick Garland, or maybe they are behind closed doors and he's giving, he's being deposed behind closed doors. That being said, now, so here's another one where they cut. This is where they cut. There's no respect, none whatsoever. Give me this one here, this video here. Vice President J.D. Vance, Vice President of the United States, is on with ABC George Stephanopoulos, and watch George Stephanopoulos just get tired, cut him off, and go to commercial and ignore him. Video 7.
Because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
Just cut him right off. Cut him right off. That's it. So, at 10 o'clock is the Georgia Hour. We got a couple more minutes here before we go. We're going to talk about, I want to talk about this tomorrow, number 35. All right. And I'm going to lay the groundwork. I got time. I'm going to lay the groundwork. All right. Now, tomorrow, I want to talk some immigration with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I won't have time today because we have to talk about the resolutions for the Georgia State Party. I was not going to really bring up the Georgia Republican Party state committee meeting. I wasn't going to bring it up. But someone made sure it showed up in the AJC, right? So since it showed up in the AJC, I guess we're going to have to talk about that. Are you aware of the resolutions? How many of you know Dennis Futch? I have to quit enunciating that last name so nothing accidentally happens. Not right now. Well, I don't know if I'm as upset with Dennis Futch as I am the people that run around the state and kiss his ass thinking a check's going to fall out of his pocket. I don't know. I'm serious. I mean, I'm just saying. Now, that being said, we have the George Hour. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, immigration. I want you to hear this because I'm going to do a segment on her tomorrow. I'm going to have time. This morning, we have everything moving with the Middle East. Give me video one.
As a conservative and as a business owner in the construction industry and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that.
Right.
So, and I'm going to get pushback on that, but I'm just living in reality from here on out.
Yeah.
And if anybody's mad at me for saying the truth, then I'm sorry.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, ladies and gentlemen, our next president. Sorry, JD Vance. Well, I mean, there's people are saying it. I go to dinner parties.
Yeah, I heard you.
Well, by the way,
I heard you on Joe Rogan.
She's hitting the podcast circuit. Our next president, is she setting herself up? I tell you what, I'm not going to leave this hanging until tomorrow. Do you remember how many times on this program I have told you that all of them are positioning for 2028? They're everyone positioning. They've got till November 2026, and they're all positioning now on where they're going to land. Marjorie's on her own, and I just want to know from you. Give me number, and I'm going to explore this tomorrow, number 37. I'm going to lay it out because I'm going online and I see people that we've got a guy in Georgia. He will type something. We got several. We got ladies, guys. He'll just type something. They all got to go home. Marjorie Taylor Greene's wrong. They all got to go home. Deport all of them now. Okay. That is a lane. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, and obviously I'm going to upset people, but you should be here so I get a chance to upset you, right? But we all have a lane. Do you send them all home? Do you? Now you can get angry with me when you say, I watched an interview with a farmer out in Idaho. I might be wrong, but I think he was in Idaho. Onions. And he talked about how many guest workers he's bringing in legally every year, guest workers, 350 a year. And I think it was onions, all right? The guest workers are not coming in. Even the legal guest workers are not coming into this country for the agriculture and the farm jobs, is what this guy said, in fear of being arrested, although they're here legally. Right? I mean, the Hyundai plant was enough. The people in cities that don't have their paperwork on them, on their body, that are getting picked up. And this farmer said, I mean, it's what he said in the video. He said he's struggling because guest workers are concerned about coming in legally to work. So that's something that you have to look at. Now, I want to leave this out here. If you send them, and I'm going to give you all day, right up till tomorrow, if you get everyone out and you sent them all home. Good. Are you prepared to battle through? Are you prepared to struggle with areas that there will be a struggle? There'll be shortages in areas. Are you prepared to do that and get us through that tough period? It's out there. You don't have to admit it, right? Look at what China did. China owns pretty much all the rare earth materials that we need. China, we're in a position where China can put a major hurt on this country. So everyone that says 100% get away from China, I'm fine. Are you ready for the pain and what we have to do to get this turned around? I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but are you ready? Because tomorrow we're going to talk about one more. Give me video 4. I have to get out, but give me video 4.
Prices have not come down at all.
The job market is weakening.
Job market is still extremely difficult.
Right.
Wages have not gone up. Health insurance premiums are going to go up. Car insurance goes up every year. People's homeowners insurance goes up. Rent is going up. Young people have no hope of buying a home. And then when they try to buy a home, they end up, like I said, competing with like Blackstone or somebody else.
The average home buyer now is 38 years old. It just came out.
Right.
The average home buyer, 38.
Prices have not come down, folks. They've not come down. You take a mother, father in that grocery store today, pushing 3 kids in a grocery cart, looking at the meat, looking at the toilet tissue, looking at the coffee, butter, whatever. And then someone says, yes, but there's peace in the Middle East. Okay. Well, I can't afford my rent. So maybe I can get the notification of the peace in the Middle East in between my eviction notice or something of that nature, or the notice saying my car insurance is going up. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. We're going to take about a 10-minute break. Be here at 10 o'clock for the Georgia Hour. And when the Georgia Hour is at 10:30, Vernon Jones, candidate for Secretary of State. Take a break, Diane.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, it's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
Good morning. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for the Georgia Hour this Monday morning, October 13th, 2025. It's time for the Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Now, we have a lot to go over today, and we got a lot to go over. I want to stay, they'll crop this out. I want to keep myself in a state of mind where I'm productive and very clear on what has taken place and where we're at today as far as some things going on out there. Now, Friday, was it Friday? I don't know, whenever it was. But first of all, you, the audience, you're amazing. Now, Dennis Futch is he's the chairman of the Colquitt County, Georgia Republican Party. And he is the largest donor. I think last year, I mean, I don't have anything written down, but I think last year I was told he donated $80,000. Now, Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, has the party in such a financial mess. Now, many may say, well, that's not fair to Josh. We have 3 indemnified defendants against Fonnie Willis's RICO charges. That would be David Schaefer, Sean Still, and Kathy Latham, that we have to pay those attorneys' bills, and that's not fair to Josh because, you know, he's trying to raise all his money and pay those attorney bills. That being said, Josh has made such a mess out of the party, and I'm going to show you some things today, and it only gets worse. Now, this guy, Dennis Futch, is the largest donor to the Georgia Republican Party. And, you know, he, the Pickens County Republican Party, they put together a letter, their executive committee, with the exception, I want to stay calm so I can be factual here, with the exception of their chair, Kim Bunker. And Kim is, she had a Kool-Aid party with Josh McCoon, and I don't know what flavor, but extra sugar or something, because Kim Bunker once was grassroots, and, you know, she's the chair of the Republican Party of Pickens County, and, you know, she has gotten right in line with the Josh McCoon lane. We'll say that and leave it there. But anyhow, the Pickens County Republican Party Executive Committee wrote a letter and at the state committee meeting. So let me be clear on this. Tonight, one night only in Georgia, will be the Georgia Republican Party State Committee meeting via Zoom. And they wrote a letter that they're upset, much like others across the state, that every time we're told we have to focus on 2026 to win the election, we're told we have to unify and get past everything and set our sights on winning. Except the Frost family. And I'm going to go through that in a minute, except the Frost family. Now, it does not matter anything that took place with the Frost family whatsoever. That's exempt. That's totally exempt. So the Pickens County Republican Party Executive Committee said, look, you know, I'm paraphrasing, I don't have the letter up. We want them all out. We don't need anything in the way. They have to go. And Dennis Futch attacked them. Now, Dennis Futch is, I'm going to give you another one. He is the Rural Voter Task Force Chairman. Now, Dennis, I'm going to just tell you, it's pretty damn sad when somebody has to make up something to give you a title so you'll keep giving them money. That's the bottom line. I mean, you go to you go up to Walker County, and you go up to Catoosa County, and you go over there to, you know, Banks County, and you go over there to Union County, and, you know, keep going up through there, right? And they look at you like, Rural Voter Task Force, what is that? Well, that's a label that Josh McCoon gave Dennis Futch because his feelings was hurt. And Dennis said, well, this is the amount of money you have to spend with the Georgia Republican Party, and we'll give you a task force. Now he's emboldened and thinks he is the most important person in the Georgia Republican Party. This is facts. So he goes right in and he attacks the Pickens County Republican Party over their letter. I mean, he just talks down to them. If you don't know Dennis, to me, I mean, true friends, I don't know how many true friends he has. Because seriously, I mean, the politicians that line up, and you know who you are, like the red-lipped girl down there in the 1st District, and the wild-eyed boy over there in the 2nd District, they line up to go see Dennis thinking maybe a check will fall off the table for him. That's exactly right. And that's the way they do it. Now, so he attacks Pickens County Republican Party. Then he gets mad, he attacks Republicans, and he puts 2 resolutions in for the state committee to remove people. Now, I'm going to explain that. But you out there in the graphics world, all right, give me number 1. This is Boss Hog Dennis Futch. Number 1. This comes from viewers. If you send a graphic in and it makes the cut, I got to say that, there's certain things I can't put up. You send me some things I can't put on the screen. But here's Boss Hog Dennis Futch, chairman of the Georgia's Rhino Task Force, okay? And give me number 2. I got a little upset Friday. This came from a viewer. Just thought I'd throw that out. Thank you. I actually like that one. And here is number 3, Commie Futch, right? Here is the First Amendment, Commie Futch, Dennis Futch. So what are we talking about? Now, so let's go down to the Republican Party, Inc. Now, first of all, the Republican Party, Inc. has no members. There's no true link. This is how the lack. Okay, Dennis, what you've done just exposes your ignorance of how things work. I know you're very wealthy. I know you're very, very wealthy, and you have purchased the respect you think you deserve and people treating you a certain way. But that would not be on this program. Because first of all, counties, the state can't get involved with counties. And counties, you will hear Josh McCoon say, but the districts don't completely fall under the state. There's all an umbrella, right? County Republican parties, district Republican parties, Republican Party, and then the state Republican Party. So a state can really not tell a county who can run for office. They can't do it. But the lack of, knowledge that Dennis does not possess, he wrote 2 resolutions, and they made the AJC. So somebody went over to the AJC, and here you go. It's 57. Now, Vernon Jones will be with us at 10:30, so I've only got a little time left. Come together, Brad Raffensperger. So there's a resolution tonight, I understand, to stop Brad Raffensperger from qualifying as a Republican. So give me 58. There's another resolution. There's 58. A few months ago, Georgia GOP delegates passed a scathing resolution seeking to block Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger from qualifying as a Republican, deeming him repugnant to the party brand. Okay. Now some Republicans are trying to walk it back as Raffensperger runs for governor's top job. The Georgia GOP State Committee, that's tonight, okay? Josh is the most, he's not a leader. He's not a leader. He couldn't unify anything. The Georgia GOP State Committee will take up a resolution today that calls for within the party. Sorry, you know how I get on pronunciation. Within the party. It doesn't matter Raffensperger or any Republican who have clashed with the mega wing. It does call for a truce. The public attacking, embarrassing, and infighting between the Georgia GOP members serve to tarnish the image of the Georgia GOP, thus dissuading voters from voting. The draft reads, adding that disagreements within the party need to stay within the party. They must beat you into submission, demand you follow lockstep, and you don't say a word. You can't say a word, okay? That may be wishful thinking for far-right Georgia Republican Assembly, which spearheaded efforts to punish Raffensperger. Over the weekend, GRA Chair Alex Johnson called the measure an attempt to punish Nazi-like reactions on a speech. So this being said, number 59. The GOP ban. Now, this is David Cross, all right? David Cross. And David Cross, I served with him. He just finished a term as second vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And they would have got rid of him along with myself, but they can only go one. And because of what I do daily and some of the things that I have brought to the forefront or wanted to see behind the curtain of the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., I became the choice. They had a way to remove me. But I was first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. He is second vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. Just like Donald J. Trump, it can never happen again. If you think for 1 minute, Josh McCoon, all right, Sally Grubhub, the rest of them are on board with Donald J. Trump to a point that they will go ahead and try to remove me and banish David and myself. I have as much time as anyone in the state working on election integrity. Whether you laugh or not, I have a civil case with Brad Raffensperger and Chris Carr, a civil case concerning elections. No matter what, I've worked SB 189, 202. I've worked on these bills trying to correct elections in Georgia. David Cross has done as much as anyone out there. In his own personal money, his money, his office space, working with team of data analysts. I mean, I can't begin to tell you the thousands of dollars that he has spent trying to expose the corruption in Georgia elections, right? Trying to show that Donald Trump actually won Georgia in 2020. To now be where he's considered to be removed from the party. These people are unreal, okay? Now, Georgia Republicans today will consider permanently banning activist David Cross and several of his allies from the party. That would be me. We'll see what happens tonight. That would be me and allies. All right? You're not allowed. So here you go, number 60. Now I'm going to show you some things in a minute. You're going to see in a minute. We're getting up to a point. Georgia Republicans today will consider permanently, this is number 60, banning activist David Cross and several allies. You might remember Cross as an election conspiracy theorist, all right, who was the party's second vice chair before losing a lopsided challenge in June to Georgia GOP Josh McCoon. He then accused the vote of being rigged. It was. We're not accusing it. We're not accusing the vote of being rigged, period. The entire Georgia, let me look in the eye. Sally, you know this. You were there, right? You know this. Josh, you know this. Mike Crane, you know this. Katie Frost, you know this. I mean, who doesn't know this? We all do. You know it, I know it, and all the people of Georgia know that the entire Georgia Republican Party state convention election of state officers cycle was rigged. And you know it from the start when you were not going to allow Lisa Pierce. From the start when you put up this thing that was 8 or 9 pages long of you had to sign and comply to get the delegate list. You withheld the delegates from the candidates. You called Lisa Pierce's email not a resume. Kylie Kramer, not a resume. You did everything to stop, alter, manipulate, and force an outcome that you wanted in Dalton. Bottom line. So you know that. It was rigged. Okay? I have been going to conventions. Was Sue Eberhardt the first one I went to? I don't know. John Pageant? I've been going to conventions for years. Let me just say that. The Georgia GOP resolution accuses Cross of spearheading to push for aggravated supporters to fraudulently dispute or charge back valid charges for the party's Dalton convention, right? Causing unspecific financial losses and reputational harm to the party, okay? Now, I have to tell you, I don't know, I do know others out there, all right? I know others out there. I disputed the charges on my card. All right? I disputed the charges on the card. Now, I'm not going to use everybody else make their own decision. All right? But I've been to conventions. Got it? My president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, told me he wanted to start using paper ballots. Got it? As a delegate. Now, this is what Josh McCoon will tell you. This is what he'll tell you, that as a delegate, you are there to represent the others in your party back home. Now stay with me. So if you're in a county and you got 12 delegates, you are the 12 delegates that go, and they'll tell you, and you're supposed to be representing the body back in your county. Right? So when you go and you don't get to participate and you pay the fee and they take your money and you don't get to participate, I'm sorry. You can't have my money. So I don't care. I'll publicly put it right here on the camera. I did deny the charge. And I told the credit card company why. Cross told 61. Cross told us it was a desperate attempt to limit the First Amendment rights of the Republicans. I was simply reporting what had already happened. Now, another thing, after the convention was over, they got mad because after the convention was over, we sent, when I say we, I did not, but I sent an affidavit. I did do that, but David Cross put together a complaint to the RNC. All right? He put together a complaint to the RNC. Now, give me number, and I want to go through some things, all right? 56. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to get it to come up on my computer. Now, this right here is a resolution. I know what it means. I just struggle with. Whereas the election of November 2025 is crucial for maintaining momentum for the Georgia GOP and denying momentum to the Democrats. Whereas the election in 2026 are crucial to retaining the State House, Senate, Gold Dome, and we're increasing our numbers in the U.S. Senate. Whereas important that 2025-26 elections demand the focused attention and effort of every GOP member. Well, let me remind Dennis that the Georgia GOP Inc. has a CEO. His name's Josh McCoon. And the Georgia GOP Inc. has a treasurer, right? Has a treasurer, and that is Lori McLean, right? You got it. Josh McCoon, Lori McLean, and a secretary, Susie Voiles, I think. Those are the only names. That's what the Georgia GOP Inc. is. You see, the Georgia GOP members, there's no members, Dennis. Whereas when the dissension within the GOP, it's a distraction, right? The public attacking, embarrassment, and infighting between the Georgia GOP members serves as a tarnished image to the GOP, whereas disagreements within the party need to stay within the party. Therefore, it resolved that conduct of officers, committee members of the Georgia GOP in the state, district, and county levels. Now, they don't have control over this. This is the ignorance that Dennis Futch has. Now, he is a millionaire, multi-millionaire, got a plane. Good for Boss Hogg. I don't care. But, dude, you can't pass a resolution that dictates to these people. Republican candidates facing election or GOP officers, committee members shall be deemed to be detrimental to the best interest of the GOP. This conduct shall include public calls for specific Republican elected officials. The secretary of the Georgia GOP shall be directed to distribute copies of the resolution. All right, that's number one. Are you serious, dude? So give me this one here. I won't have time to go through it, but I'm going to show you something, okay? Now this one here, give me, I think it's 65, Diane. No, that's not the one I want. Hold on, I got it here. 63. Resolution to permanently expel and ban all individuals who fraudulently disputed or charged back the Georgia Republican Party convention payments and ban David Cross for life for directing said conduct. Dennis Futch. The Georgia Republican Party depends upon honesty, integrity, and financial responsibility. Dennis, are we talking about the Frost family? Are we talking about $140 million? Because I know I did look at my credit card company and say that Brant Frost organized with the GRA and Mike Crane, the chair, and GRA member Josh McCoon. I did tell my credit card company that I'm looking, let me give you the admission here, that I did not get to participate in my convention like I was promised, and I want my money back. But I think that was $250, Dennis. I think that's what it was, all right? Now, if memory serves me right, I want to run through this. I have a guest coming up. So, Diane, could you give me number 47? So, Dennis, let me talk to you because you're so bright. In fact, your checkbook is so bright. People think you're amazing, but you're not, Dennis. You're really not. Georgia seniors lose life savings in what officials call state largest Ponzi scheme. We lost everything. Dennis, I did get my $250 back. I did. The microphone was blocked, Dennis. I understand how it works. Robert Rules of Order. I wanted to make a motion to amend the agenda. It was done on purpose, as you well know, right? It was a team effort. It was rigged, Dennis, right? But God forbid you steal $140 million from people. God forbid that anyone in this party say, look, anyone associated with the Frost family needs to go, right? There's no ban for life on them, are they, Dennis? Because something's bad wrong. Let me run you through some things. Number 45, Frost family. Frost family. You can look it up later, all right? Ties that bind, ties that cheat, ties that well, whatever. There's the Frost family. Bada bing, bada boom. Number 46. This is Brant Frost's wedding. Right? There's his dad and Nathaniel Darnell. Nathaniel Darnell. Boom. Just got fired. Just got fired. Why? His association with First Liberty Building and Loan. That was inappropriate with his job. Damn. He's at Brant's wedding. Is he best man? Right? And there's dad. And then let's go to this guy right here. Number 48, Dennis. Just let me show you, because this is the wedding. This is the wedding. I want to show you some wedding pictures. All right? You see that big guy right there, Dennis? He blocked my ass from a microphone. He wouldn't let me nowhere near it. That guy right there. He was at Brant Frost's wedding. Right? One of the groomsmen, all set up to corrupt the convention that I cannot participate in. I got my money back. Oh, here you go. Here's someone at the wedding party, number 41. Well, Sally Grubhub, she made it to the wedding party of Brant Frost. There you go, 49. There's Sally was there, 49. That shouldn't be 49. There's 49. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, Sally was there. There she is. There she is. Oh, here's another one. Let's go with 50. Now, the guy to the left of Marcy's back, that's Marcy's back. The guy to the left of Marcy's back, that would happen to be Mike Crane. The guy that Brant Frost calls uncle, that's Mike Crane at the wedding. The guy that was the chairman, he chaired the convention. Huh. That's a Frost family friend right there, Dennis. Here you go, 51. They made it to the party. Here you go. Look here, Dennis. Here's 52. Table mates. Nothing like some table mates at Brant Frost's wedding. Here's to the happy couple, right? There's Marcy, Vicky Consiglio, and there's Josh and Jacqueline at Brant's wedding. They're all tied together. Here's number 53. Guess what? This is Brant Frost. That's not his wedding. That's Nathaniel Darnell's wedding. Brant Frost is the best man. You can't make any of this up. Here you go, number 54. My photos from Nathaniel Darnell. Best man. Wow, that's great. You see, Dennis, it was rigged, and there's no members. And if you people want to send us out, banish us, go right ahead. I mean, go ahead, do it. You're the one that's embarrassed yourself in the AJC. You're the ones that embarrass yourself acting like a little communist the way you do and a dictator. You guys are the ones that are embarrassing yourself. All right, not me. All right, I got to take a break. When we come back, our guest, give me about 30 seconds, Diane. That's all I want. I want Diane to be able to set up another recording. So actually, Diane, you just go to break, and when you got your recording ready, I'll be looking at the camera.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCar Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or...
All right, so Mr. Jones has to move to Wednesday. He's asked to move to Wednesday. He just had something come up 5 minutes ago and couldn't get on the link in time. So we'll move that to Wednesday. All right, sorry about that. I know I told everybody it would be up, but let's go ahead. We got a Secretary of State. We're going to have more on the. Now that I have the opportunity and more time, we're going to have more on the state committee meeting. So the Secretary of State's race in Georgia is heating up, and we have Vernon Jones has announced he's running. And I know I cropped that out this morning when I found he was running. Let me find that. Won't take but a second. I know I have it here somewhere, Diane. Give me number 36. So Vernon Jones is running for Secretary of State. Right there. I'm running for Georgia's next Secretary of State because elections and business both depend on trust. I'll protect your vote, cut red tape for small businesses, and bring accountability back to government because Georgia deserves integrity at every level. So give me video 2. This is
Georgia is the heartbeat of America's future. But for too long, trust in our elections has been shaken, confidence in our voice diminished. I fought for Georgia my entire life, and I know this. Our elections must be secure, our ballots must be protected, and every Georgian's voice must be heard, loud and clear. It's time for leadership that will defend Georgia's values, restore trust in our elections, and put the people, not the politicians, first. We need a Secretary of State who will fight for paper ballots, limit mail-in voting, and enforce strong voter ID laws, because election integrity starts with common sense.
You did it to us one time, but you'll never do it to us again.
Hello, Georgia. I'm Vernon Jones. With faith in God, love for Georgia, and loyalty to the American First Movement, I'm running to be your Secretary of State. Together, we can make Georgia the model for election integrity in our nation.
All right, so in transparency, I spoke to Mr. Jones 6 weeks ago. I spoke to Mr. Jones 6 weeks ago, and I discussed all the races with him as far as who was running for governor and who was running for lieutenant governor and secretary of state and so on down the line. And we discussed that. And at the end, he got my opinion. And at the end, I said, so what are you going to run for? And he told me to stay tuned. So I would text him about once a week and say, when are you going to make a decision if you're going to run? And he would just send me a message and say, stay tuned. Well, at 5:25 this morning, I received that video of his announcement for Secretary of State. So here's a couple things I would think about. I've said this on the program before. That the bottom line is constitutional offices. There's the governors, and I'm not making light of the lieutenant governor, trust me, but there's the governor's office, the Secretary of State's office, and to me, the Attorney General's office. And those are three offices that when I say all, but those are the three that we must put strong, conservative, America First people in the office. We just must. Now, Secretary of State, you have Gabriel Sterling, all right? You have Gabriel Sterling, Secretary of State. You have Tim Fleming, who has been endorsed by John Burns, and 70 House members across the state. So Tim Fleming. Then you have Kelvin King and Janelle King, but Kelvin will be the candidate running for Secretary of State. My question to Vernon Jones is, why now? October 13th. Why did he wait till October? And second, it's not too late for a guy like Vernon. I said this before on someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Someone called me the other day and said, do you think she'll get into any race in Georgia? And I said, yeah, I think it's possible. It's still possible. And the individual said, well, don't you think it's too late? Do you not think it's too late to get in the race? No. For someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene or someone like Vernon Jones, you have to have name recognition. Now, there's a couple things I'm going to put out here. Why is Vernon Jones in the Secretary of State's race? Why? Does polling show that not everybody's comfortable with the candidates they have? I mean, I do know this. In the governor's race, there's a lot of people not totally comfortable on the Republican side with the candidates they have. Lieutenant governor's race, there's plenty to pick from. The Secretary of State, Kelvin King, Tim Fleming, and Gabe Sterling. Somebody not satisfied with those candidates. And did polling show Vernon a window of opportunity? Just saying. Now, I will tell you the race, I wish we had about 3 more jump in. And that's the AG's race. I got nothing against Brian Strickland. I don't think he's a terrible guy. But Cozart, right? That's Brian Kemp's brother-in-law over in Athens. I'm like, I need some more candidates in the AG race. So Vernon Jones is running for Secretary of State. That's an interesting move. Now, let me show you this, number 39. Just want to lay this out before we get to our close, because I want to go back now that we weren't able to get our guest on here. I want to go back, meet the candidates running for seats in the state's most powerful utility regulator, on states' powerful utility regulators. Okay, now, the top 2 Republicans, the top 2 Democrats. This is the PSC race. Now, let me say this. The first one, November, I think early voting starts tomorrow. Am I correct? Early voting for this starts tomorrow in Georgia. And hang tight. I'll get it here in a minute. Just started running a little slow. I don't know why I'm running so slow today. Give me just a second. I want to pull this up. Diane, go ahead and give me number 40. This is Tim Echols. He's an incumbent. Echols was elected to PSC in 2010. He was reelected in 2016, but has not faced voters since then because of delayed elections. He is a staunch supporter of nuclear energy, solar power, and electric vehicles. He's very involved with data centers. Now, the PSC and data centers across this country, you know as well as I do that the amount of power necessary for them. And I'm going to tell you now, the data centers will come first. They will come first. You're going to figure out how to pay the power bill. You might complain about it, but you're going to figure it out. And if you get your power bill in the mail and it goes up again, no matter what they promise, you can't call them up and say, let me tell you something. If you don't fix this, I'm going to call and get a quote from 4 other power companies. You can't do it. There's a lock on that. Public utilities in this country, there's a lock. You don't have a choice of 3 power companies when you move in. You move in your home, you're told who your power company is. So they're going to get your money or you're not going to get power. But they're also going to get the money of those billionaires that fall off the table into their pockets from the data centers. Now, I applaud the fight against these data centers. I applaud it all day long. But I'm telling you right now that these data centers will probably win out in the end. Now, here's Tim Echols, is number 41. This is his opponent, Alicia Johnson. Right? That's the opponent, the Democrat. Johnson is the Georgia managing principal at Health Management Associates, working on strategy for national projects that focus on equity, efficiency, and Sustainable Development. That is his opponent. Now, District 3, number 42. Atlanta Journal-Constitution, District 3. This is Fitz Johnson, and he's the incumbent Republican. Number 43. In his time on the PSC, Johnson has taken several key votes that have raised Georgia Power bills for customers. As commissioner, he voted to approve a series of rate increases that have kicked in each year since 2023. He voted to allow Georgia Power to push most of $10 billion in cost from the over-budget expansion of Plant Vogtle to the company's ratepayers. That's right. So Democrats, this is going to be a struggle. And I'll tell you why. Go back to 39. All you have to do is tell people that these two on the top are the incumbents and say they set your power bill, they set the rates, and most people want them gone. That's right. Now, would you please check this out for me? Listen close, because I want to give you an assignment. When Republicans started to make, because if you don't answer this, I will tomorrow, but I want to leave a little opening for you. When Republicans started to make the turn in Georgia, before people like that dumbass Dennis Futch wanted to expel people out of the party that has no members, the Inc. Dennis doesn't want to get rid of the chairman that lied and said, we are going to reorganize and file paperwork correctly for the party. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to get the people, Dennis doesn't want to get rid of the people that are surrounding themselves with a $140 million Ponzi scheme that stole senior citizens every dime they have. You're not allowed to say that. He doesn't want to do that. No. That's right. That's unifying to them. Moving right along, back here. When the Georgia Republicans, Dennis, listen up, because I don't know if you're bright enough to understand this without me telling you, okay? Or without your checkbook laying on the table there. When Republicans started turning Georgia red, we'll go with that, was the first race that Republicans won statewide a PSC race. Because we went PSC, right? Board of Superintendent of Schools, Lieutenant Governor, boom, boom, boom. And the last office that Republicans had to take was what? Sam Olin's Attorney General. Just doing it from the top of my head. So go back and look in Georgia. If the first statewide race Republicans took in years was a PSC race, and that's what started the turn of Republicans holding all the constitutional statewide offices in Georgia. So the reason I tell you that, and I want you to answer that little quiz, Okay, all right, I get it. I'll get in touch with you later. So, I did Mr. Jones talking about Wednesday. All right, so right here, if Democrats take one of this PSC races, okay, in 3 weeks, people like the communist, yeah, the people like the communist Dennis Futch, it's total. See if I can get it. Number 1. And then number 3. So let me tell you this little story before we go. All right. I think, Diane, I don't know if I sent you this picture. If I didn't, I'm going to send it to you because I want to tell this. Yeah. Will you? Now, the best thing that could happen is see, they got to have money. And that's how it works. Diane, I just sent you a picture. When you get it, put it up there. So this guy here that wants to expel people from the party that said we fraudulently denied the charges on our credit card for the convention. Well, Dennis, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. I told you I'm going to give you something else, all right? These are not good people. They're not good people, all right? Did I send that to you? Now, I know if you don't have it, I got to look, see if I sent it to you. I'm so sorry.
I don't have it.
No, I don't think. Huh?
I don't have it.
Well, you don't have it because I didn't send it to you. I sent it to myself. Put this up when you got it, because I want to tell this little story for all of Georgians, because I'm about tired. I'm tired of this. I mean, I guess he's attacking me by putting this resolution out. He wants to get me out of the party. Anybody, if we don't meet his standards. Now, this is Dennis Futch. I'm of the opinion Dennis doesn't have friends. You can laugh. I don't have friends. I don't care. But Dennis does. So Dennis doesn't have probably a lot of friends, but he's very wealthy. And we all know what happens when you're wealthy, right? You can purchase the amount of friendship you need. Now, look at this. The self-proclaimed. Now, he had a rally, the Awaken rally, that was yesterday from 4 to 8. All right. He had a rally. He's the chairman of Georgia's Rural Voter Task Force. Okay. Now, the guy ran for chairman of the Georgia GOP. Let me explain to you how this works. All right. So the guy runs for chairman of the Georgia GOP. And I don't know, did he get 28, 38 votes? What did he get, right? And he spent, 100,000? I don't know what he spent. But I know the party that he kicked off the night before the convention, he may have dropped 30 grand just on that party that nobody attended. Nobody went to it. I felt bad for the guy because, I said, you know what? I'm going to go up to his party. All right. And I went up to his party. I'm like, wow, this is bad. Dude, you got a band playing. You probably spent $5 grand for that band or something. And shrimp, everything out here. No one's there. So I kind of felt bad for the guy. Now, at this time, I don't know how much money he's got, right? And I treated him with respect, but he's a condescending asshole. And he just is, okay? He just is. He's a condescending asshole. And so he's really, no matter what he says, he's condescending, you know? And so he gets 38 votes. And I'm reluctant to do this, but, you know, because of the amount of money he has, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party invented a position for him. That's an invented position. Chairman of the rural, I mean, to buy your own award? I mean, you know those award shows where you go and you pretend like, oh, I won? That's amazing. When the truth is you purchased the reward. The amount of donations that you gave all year long, you know, the volunteer of the year, oh, I didn't see this coming. Well, you purchased it. You know that. We all know how it works. So this guy, Josh McCoon, invents the Georgia Rural Voter Task Force. So I'm first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. First vice chair. Now, I've told you all along, Josh never, do not believe when it comes to Josh McCoon. I look at the camera, I will tell you, Josh McCoon is a bad man. He is. I mean, I left Columbus when I got elected. I was on the phone with him. I was like, you know, whatever I could do to help, anything I could do. And it was easy. Like, it didn't even take like 3-4 weeks to realize anything I do. David Cross, the same way. And every single time Josh would complain about David, I would say to Josh, Josh, why don't you sit down and talk with the guy? Why don't you bring him in the office? I used to ask Josh all the time. They want to get rid of David, right? I used to say to Josh all the time, bring in the office, lay out exactly what you want him to do. But Dennis, right? Josh invented this Georgia Rural Task Force without me knowing it. I didn't know anything about it. No one knew anything about it. And all of a sudden, Dennis sends out this mass email and puts this up that he is in charge of all rural counties in the state. Oh, yeah. So I started getting phone calls. What is this? When did we get a Georgia Rural Voter Task Force? I was getting phone calls out of the 9th District. I was getting phone calls out of the 10th District. I was getting phone calls out of the 14th District. 2nd District. The rural counties. Like, who put him in charge of anything? He got 30 votes. So the guy puts out this real condescending email. Real condescending. So I called him up. I said, Dennis, I said, tell me about the task force. Well, it's mine. I said, did Josh give it? Yeah, Josh knows all about it. Josh knows all about it. He supports me 100%. And it's mine to do what I want. Like, okay. Dennis, you know you rubbed some people the wrong way with that email. I'm being real nice to him. I mean, a guy can lie all day long. I mean, I'm for sure he will. For sure they all will. So I'm being very nice to him. I'm like, Dennis, you rubbed some people the wrong way on your email. It didn't come across. It didn't land. Right? I don't care. I said, yes, you do, Dennis. You care. I don't care. I don't care what they think. I'm in charge of this. Just call Josh. I was like, Dennis, when you put the Republican Party logo on there, you cannot speak for the Georgia Republican Party. Doesn't matter. I can do what I want. I'm looking at you right now. I'm telling you, like, dude. All right. So I called an associate of his. And I said, look, can you talk to him? Because if he does not let me work with him to try to be an olive branch to some of these rural counties in the state, so his associate understood that, recognized that. And his associate, and we'll leave it nameless, all right, went to him and said, let's put Brian, he's the first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. So Dennis does not admit he wants me on here because that's who he is. He's a condescending jackass, okay? All right, he just is one of the most condescending jackasses I ever met with a checkbook. He is, all right? I've never said anything about it until he decides he's going to write and call people fraudulent, right? So anyhow, I'll call him up. Well, we can include you. I said, you're not including me. I'm the first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. I'm here to help you, all right? You do realize I don't have to ask you for anything. That's the way he always treated me, always. But I said, okay, all right. So this guy talked down to Pickens County, rural, right? Rural Pickens County. See, he wants to claim he's Georgia Rural Voter Task Force asshole is who he is, okay? But he wants to claim he's chairman of the Georgia Rural Voter Task Force. Pickens County is a rural county. It's an under 80,000 county, right? I wonder now, what would that lady's name be over in Oconee County? I won't bring it up today, right? How happy are you? You're the under 80 chair. Does Dennis work with you? Right? No, he doesn't. So tonight, if they pass these resolutions or if they bring these to the table, he doesn't say anything about Josh McCoon spending almost $60,000 on a consultant for fundraising. He doesn't say anything about that. He doesn't say anything because he is at the steakhouse when Josh pulls out the credit card for $2,700. He doesn't say anything there, right? He doesn't say anything about that. 100, folks, let me remind you, Brant Frost IV, Brant Frost V, Krista Frost, Katie Frost, okay? All these people involved in the Georgia GOP Inc., these people involved in First Liberty Building and Loan, the largest Ponzi scheme in the state. But I'm going to tell you something. You say something to Josh McCoon about them, you say something about them to all these people out there, all hell breaks loose. Right? All right, folks, I'm going to go. I'm going to be back at 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you very much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate. Let's show one more time for the folks at home. Number 1 and number 3. There he is, Boss Hogg, Dennis Futch, chairman of the Georgia Rhino Task Force. And number 3, Comrade. There's Comrade Commie Futch, First Amendment, right? Kick everybody out of the party. Woo. Anyhow, thank you for helping me this morning, and you did, because I feel comfortable now. It's been a while since I've done this, and I was a little uncomfortable coming to you in Studio C, but you helped me through it, and I can't wait for tomorrow. I'll be back at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.